Sounds dry.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back. We're up here at Southside Sales and Service with the one and only Bruce. And again, new sleds are rolling in, so we're doing some overviews. We already did the Dynamics one, and now we're on to the XCR, which there are some changes, and they're great changes. We're happy about them. We're excited about them. I'm excited to get on them and try them. So we're going to kind of go through what makes an XCR and what differences from, like, say, a 25 and older to a 26, which is what we have here. So right here we have a 9R XCR 137, and this is going to be your ditch banging, your super aggressive trail riding. It comes with your premium shocks. So these are all 2-inch bodies. We talk about that all the time. Literally, the body of the shock's 2 inches, big shafts, just more oil capacity. Bruce, you know, we've talked a lot about that.
High speed adjustment.
Exactly. So. Moving through different brake rotor, different overstructure, I believe. XCRs come standard with a 7S, standard with a tether, standard with a RCA now.
Hooked bar still.
Yep, hook bar.
It does work.
Which is really nice. You don't notice it until you go from, say, a VR1 to one of these, and it's like, oh man, that little hook is extremely nice.
It is nice.
Moving back, your rear couplers. And again, guys, we've talked about this stuff before, but just kind of touching on it in case someone's interested in what's different or what's what. So you have your rear couplers or your rear scissor stop.
Yep.
That is a billet piece, and then it has a crossbar between them just to make it stronger back there, because they're thinking that this rear torque arm is going to be hitting that real hard for your super aggressive or big.
And then it can flex this area of the rail.
Right. It has a chromoly front torque arm also. That makes an XCR an XCR. And again, 2-inch body shocks all the way around.
Yeah, little shock rods are a little heftier than a VR1 or an XC.
Your front track shock spring is going to be a little bit stiffer.
135, 185 now. Basically the spring that they used on the Dynamics last year and this year, they've moved it up into this because it's just a little bit stiffer, but it gets stiffer quicker too.
Yeah.
So than previous.
Correct. And then your 9R, you're going to have a P22 clutch on this instead of a P85.
Long tail rears too.
Yeah, that's what we're going to get into here in a little bit. So you have your P22 just on a 9R, not on a 650 and 850, correct?
Right.
So P22 is a clutch they came out with the boost in the mountain side and then the trail side, and now the 9R also has it. Pretty much no rear clutch adjuster. It has a bearing in the primary that the belt will ride on, so that belt can be as tight as possible at all times, just for performance aspect of it. So, but this is a 26 XCR, so it's going to be a little bit different than a 25. If I get this side panel back on. So for model year 26, not only did we go away from a 2.25 pitch track, which you guys don't know what that is, it's the distance between the windows on your actual track. So XCRs previously used to be a 252. Now we are a 286 pitch, which is the same as your VR1, your XCs, any of your short track stuff. So XCRs 25 and older would have been a 128 and a 136. Correct? Yep. And now it's going to be a 129 and a 137. So again, this is a 137, and this is kind of where some things that we've been doing have now been incorporated into your actual production model, and Bruce is going to kind of dive into that.
Yeah, so what they've done is front end wise, one simple change, 125 springs. They've been 100 all along since XCRs were XCRs. They've been 100, so they've bumped that to 125. The nice thing about that is it helps keep the front end up just a little bit more. And when you get on the brakes hard, it doesn't want to squash down so much, because we're always talking about turning under power. When you get on the brakes and the nose goes down, it puts the front of the track on the ground. And when that happens, now it wants to drive forward, doesn't want to turn through the corner. So the 125 has definitely helped that. We've been doing that now for probably 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, so when the cross-country sleds first came out, they were on 125s.
Yeah,
they're now on 150s, but that led us to start trying the 125s, and that was what we ran for the last 4 years at this point.
I use that spring a ton with people. You know, just aggressive rider, a little heavier rider. I mean, because even if the guy isn't aggressive, but he's 225 pounds or better, because there's plenty of them that are bigger than that. You get on the brakes, you're a pendulum. Literally your weight just goes forward and just squashes the front end.
Right. So like Bruce was actually leaning on the front bumper before, and we're just going to show you guys kind of what we're talking about here. So
when you get on the brakes and do that, it rocks on the center, picks the rear track off the ground, makes it a little squirrely, and wants to, and then it doesn't want to turn.
Right.
So you gotta do the old gas brake trying to turn.
Right. So those 125s are going to help keep that up. There are calibration changes within the front shocks.
Yeah.
Again, we haven't been able to try them yet, so interested to kind of.
I tried it when I went to West
Oh, that's right. You did try that. I forgot about
the trails were just gorgeous.
Glass. Yeah, glass.
They were just gorgeous. Yeah. So until we get into kind of our stuff, which is kind of what everybody seems to see, what we see, the kind of trails we're on, that's when we'll tell. That's why one of the things we're not doing with this is making any changes at all.
Yeah.
In the suspension.
Correct. Yeah. So actually, this sled here is actually going to be shared between me and Bruce this year. This will bounce between the two households and just do a ton of testing on it. And again, try it in fact, in stock form on our trails and see what it's like. Again, so when you guys call in or message me or whatever, I can relay what we felt or what Bruce felt and kind of what we're doing, or just try and help you guys. And that's again the whole point of the channel,
right,
is to do that. So we're completely stock. It's not going to look like this when it's out on the trail, but it is going to be 100% stock suspension from front to rear until we put some miles on it and see what they did.
Decide at that point.
Exactly, and then go from there. So front end 125s, a little bit different valving, about 20% stiffer is what we're hearing.
Yep.
And then in the rear, which again we have talked about before, guys,
The long tail spring.
are going to be our long tail springs.
So these are 16 pound per degree springs, which is what we've been using for a few years now as an option, because they make a 16, an 18, and a 20. And that all has to do with body weight or weight that you're actually carrying on the back too. So when somebody asked me that, what they should have, it's not only their weight, but what they're carrying. And so they started out with a 16 because this is already way stiffer than before, because all of our springs before were 13 pound per degree on HD or XHD. So this is a gain already. So that's why they didn't want to go with 18s. Again, you can step up to that or a heavier rider, then we have that option. So yeah, those springs there, again, 20% more valving in the shocks, and then that front track spring we talked about, which is the one off of Dynamics.
Right. And the long tails and if you are kind of new here, the long tails used to mount, right back there where Bruce is pointing, and now
So the spring would come down and slide right here.
Yeah. Now it's all the way in front of where the front torque arm mounts, the rear of the front torque arm. So when the front of this track, and it kind of did that already, but this really helps. Once the front of the track starts moving or the front travel starts moving, it's really working into these.
Yeah.
And it does. It keeps the entire sled flat in the back, over those little sharp edges, the ones that are, little G-outs or anything. You're not getting that kick as bad because everything's kind of working together in the rear, and it's not independent. It's not rocking on that. It's probably best that
it's not hinging like it was.
Yeah,
before.
that's probably the better word.
Yeah.
So super excited to get on it and try it again. This one is between me and Bruce. So once snow flies, we'll try and get on it and do obviously an update video. But very cool. The 129 XCR does not get the long tails, but it does get all the other. So you get your valving, you get the springs up front. Do you know what they're using for springs in that? Just the regular HDs?
Yes.
Okay. So you still have your regular HDs, which we've had since 23 now. But still, again, just a step up for that super aggressive rider, for the big bump guy, for the ditch banger. This is going to be your sled. So excited, and again, excited to put more time on a 9R. We've done it. We did it before it was even a production thing. But it's cool to see how the calibrations feel along the way, and we'll be working with Will from Velocity on this to do a couple things here and there. But
yeah, because there is a change, just stock. There's a change in the throttle bodies, and that was done from Polaris. Again, they keep evolving, trying to make things. They see something they don't like. They just like the tune we talked about with the 850.
Yeah, the 850 tune from 24 to 25 was huge.
Yeah, and then figure 19, 20, 21, 22. They've been doing that, and then last year was like, wow, what a difference.
Yeah.
So same kind of thing with this.
Yeah. So it's cool to see just the evolution of it, and again, us being part of it. It's fun. It's exciting for us to have something different to try and go out and ride it and see what it's like. So we will be talking about this a lot. Again, this will be in the fleet all year as well. So, but that's it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comments or message me or, you know, whatever. Call shop, ask for Bruce. But what's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one.